Many coaching clients and drama school hopefuls these days seem hell-bent on making the entire process more difficult than it needs to be. And to this I ask, why? Why are you insisting on making it more difficult? Drama school auditions are already difficult enough as they are, so why are you making it more so? Why are you doing this to yourself? Are you okay? Do you want me to call someone? Who hurt you? Whose approval do you need? I am talking, of course, about choosing speeches that are challenging, trying to prepare too many speeches for the audition season, and not prepping ahead of time. So we are going to go through each of these today to hopefully deter you from making these choices and therefore giving yourself higher and more difficult hurdles to jump over. Because believe me, when there are enough hurdles already, to put more in front of you is unnecessary. If you are new here, I am Louise. I am an audition and acting coach. I have years worth of experience being both a professional actor out in the industry, along with lecturing and teaching at various drama schools in the UK and sitting on audition panels. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. And for the last few years, I have been coaching actors to prepare and audition for drama school. And I've had some pretty good results along the way. Okay, hurdle number one, choosing challenging audition material. You know, the speeches that are far removed from your own lived experience, from your own age range, from your own voice and physical movement and psychological bearing, so that you have to transform into something that you are not. Or ones that have such high emotional peaks that even a seasoned actor out in the profession would struggle to do in a cold environment like an audition. And these seem like the kinds of speeches that a lot of people auditioning for drama school seem to be making a beeline towards. And I'm here to tell you to behave yourself. Because although you think that the speech that demands you screaming at the top of your lungs or crying your eyes out or laughing hysterically, that is something that is going to make you memorable, it won't. Or at least not for the reasons that you want. And the speeches that are about killing people or being committed to a psych ward or overdosing on drugs or setting fire to a school, that those are going to be really edgy, really dramatic, and therefore very memorable for the panel. Again, it won't be. All it will do is just highlight how removed you are and therefore how clueless you are about what they're actually asking for. Now look, I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm not here to say you should do this and you shouldn't do that, and I'm not here to give you loads and loads of rules and scaffolding and restrict you in what should be an enjoyable and creatively expressive experience. I'm not here to do that. But I am here as somebody who's got that experience of being on the panels and groaning every single time a speech like that is brought in, because we go, that's not doing you any favors. We can't actually analyze what you are capable of doing artistically. When you bring in a speech like that, it only ever works to your detriment. So instead of choosing those far out speeches, what I want you to opt for is something that is so much closer to you. Ones that you can identify with, that are simpler with the intention and with the context. You want to get away from those high stakes life and death situations. Ones that are incredibly complicated and dramatic. Now, it can literally be about disagreeing with your partner who pays the bill or not, or who's taking the trash out. Now, of course, you can't always get around this with your classical speeches because they tend to be kings and queens and life and death and betrayal and all of this kind of stuff. But certainly for your contemporary speeches, aim for things that are closer to you, that aren't as dramatic. Now, if you need help, because no one man is an island, and if you're stuck with finding speeches and you don't know where to look and you're getting frustrated and you feel like you're running out of time and you're looking to get some guidance and maybe do a deep dive on somebody's speech database, then booking a coaching call might be something that you want to do. And all the details for that are below. And also, I am launching my new coaching platform, act.cool. That's gonna be launching very, very soon. And on the platform, we actually have 198 contemporary speeches that I know are perfect for drama school auditions. And 198 speeches are quite a lot, so you can actually filter them by age range, by gender, and by feel or energy of the kind of speech that you're after. So it's a lot more of an easier process. It cuts down on time, and it certainly cuts down on the amount of money that you would have to spend on buying each and every individual play to read it, to actually see if that speech is suitable for you or not. So it's kind of a no-brainer. So if you're interested in that, then all the details for signing up to the act.cool platform are below. Hurdle number 2, choosing too many speeches for the entirety of the audition season. Now for me, this is kind of obvious that you want to choose as few speeches that will apply for as many schools as possible, so that you're not preparing one speech per school. So if you're auditioning for 8 schools, say, that you're preparing 8 different speeches, that's way too many. If anything, if you're auditioning for 8 schools, you kind of want to have 2 contemporary, 2 classical, and that will hopefully cover you for the entirety of it. Because the thing is, if you're preparing too much material, then your attention is spread way too thin and your preparation will be shallow. You're going to have a shallower understanding of the speech and of the context and of the character. You're not going to be able to apply as much time to each speech as you would if you had fewer speeches, and you are more likely to dry or blank on your lines when you actually get into the audition space. And I know that's a big fear for a lot of people. So your first port of call is to actually find out what each school wants from you and find out where those requests overlap for different schools. Because what you might find is that the speech that you're planning on using for school A will also be accepted by school B, C, and even maybe D. So one speech for 4 schools is pretty good going. Now, be aware that there are some schools that have mandatory speech lists and other schools, Guildhall, that are asking that if you are preparing a speech from a speech list, from a mandatory speech list for another school, that please do not bring in that speech for us. Choose a different speech. So they are deliberately requesting that you prepare more material, which I think is a bit annoying, but there we go. I kind of get it, it's fine. So some of these things you can't avoid, but the trick is to try and prepare as few speeches. Not just one, but as few as you possibly can. And this isn't cutting corners, it is trying to use your time wisely. Now again, if you are preparing to audition for 8 different schools and they've all got different requirements and you're jumping around different websites and you're not quite sure what this, that, and the next thing is, then again, I have a solution. Because along with the speech list that we have on the act.co platform, we also have the top 19 schools, all of their information, their audition requirements, the links to their applications, everything that you need to know about auditioning for that particular school, it's all there. And what we're going to be building is an audition calendar so that you can just input, these are the schools that I'm auditioning for, and it will churn out exactly what you need to prepare. Few speeches that you need to prepare that are going to be suitable for each and every one of those schools. So again, it's less brain power for you, more time to spare, more organized, and you know that you are getting the information from a reputable source. So again, if you're interested in that, all the details are below. We really want to see you on the platform. And hurdle number 3, preparing too late. You seriously need to get your audition ducks in a row. Organization and preparation are going to be your friends during this process. Because once audition season ramps up, you are going to be so thankful for it. Because audition season falls at a tricky time of the year. It's between roughly October to about March, maybe later for certain schools. But that's kind of where the bulk of your work is going to be. And October through to March is a busy time for all sorts of reasons. One, it is the first term of an academic year. That is for school, that is for college, that is for university, drama school, etc. It is a busy time where people are kind of getting used to the systems and figuring out what they're doing. So if you've got that to contend with, along with auditioning, it becomes a bit more of a workload. Along with the fact that it is in the run up to Christmas, and that is always stressful and always very busy. And then in the new year, a lot of people are going to be doing mock exams and even real exams for school. So again, that is stress, that is workload, and that is difficult to do alongside auditioning. And I'm not saying that this can't be done. What I'm saying is you need to be organized throughout this process if you want to make it any more easy for yourself. So get on it. Now in the end, I'm not saying that audition season is supposed to be a breeze. It's not. It is a challenge. And it can be a fun challenge, a fulfilling challenge, a creative challenge, if you make sure to nail those 3 things that we have just talked about. So thank you for watching. Make sure that you check out all of the details for getting coaching and for signing up to the act.co platform below. Make sure to leave comments, to like, subscribe, do all of the things. But until next time,